Day 12. Last day with anything scheduled. We are on our way to the second half of our photography/social justice workshop. I'm going to place a bet right now. I don't think we actually need any of the photos that we took. I suspect it's going to be more about the experience of having looked for them than actually the photos we took. Which has its place. But I kind of wish we did a workshop that was more based on learning than, yeah. I'd like to have done a workshop based on learning, because our improv games, we've all done improv stuff, we all knew everything there was there, and it was a lot of, hi, welcome to New York, here's what you need to know. Our writing workshop was good, actually. That's coming to me now. I'm trying to remember them all. The writing workshop was good, we learned stuff. The workshop at the Apollo Theater was a talk with the guy and then a very brief tour. This workshop, I don't think we're going to learn anything about photography, so, oh well, we'll see if that proves to be true, but we are very early because yesterday the trip took a little over an hour. We showed up 10 minutes late, so today we left early and the trip took about 45 minutes. So we have another 40 minutes to walk 10 minutes to our destination, so we'll update you once we're through the workshop. All right, we are back from the second half of our photography workshop. Yeah. I mostly was right in my bet. There's a lot of reflecting on the experience of taking photos more than anything. And we were asked to talk about how the discussion about social power from the day before impacted our day and our experience. Yeah, to be honest, I felt a little bad because my biggest thing was I kind of struggled to give it a lot of conscious attention. I found myself in a lot of moments just going back into routines and a way of going through the world that I'm used to, so putting conscious effort into, I don't know, I'm not even entirely sure what, but I think the goal was consider the people around you and what life is like for them and what they have to deal with and what advantages or disadvantages I or they may have. Yeah. I didn't give it a ton of attention consciously, but it's something I've thought about a bit on this trip, is just the fact that everyone around us has got their own life and their own story and it all matters. Anyway, yeah, in terms of photos, only 2 people actually shared them. And it was by volunteering, and they only showed 1 photo each. There's a hair in my mouth. Yeah. They shared 1 photo each. And yeah, that was it. So I kind of won my bet, but also kind of didn't. Who knows? Yeah, I'm currently on the rooftop of our hostel. I found out that there's a rooftop patio lounge kind of thing. It's kind of cool. It's a neat little space. There's a tree in the way, but there's a few tables. There's a little bit of plant life. It's a half-decent view for downtown in a city. Yeah, it's kind of nice here. Thankfully, it's not so windy. I'm worried I'm going to blow off, because frankly, that was a possibility the last 2 days, but the wind has died down. Yeah, so we're going to go see our show tonight, leaving at 6:15 from the hostel, and we'll get you an update from there. All right, it is intermission of the Three Sisters. This ain't the one, Trevor. This ain't it. This ain't the one. We're at intermission, and already this is the longest show.
Something dramatic.
True.
End.
We are an hour.
Getting to something interesting.
We're an hour and a half in, and something interesting finally happened.
There's a lot of setup.
I'm so
As with
bored.
Chekhov, there is guns.
It's yeah.
So
yeah.
Hold it out.
I'm crossing my fingers, but I'm falling asleep in my chair.
I get it. Bunker is actually asleep in his chair.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
No, I was watching him go like.
Yeah, that checks out. It's Yeah, I'm only catching about half the dialogue, to be perfectly honest. I don't know who I'm rooting for.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know who I'm supposed to care about. And frankly, they hit us with so many characters, I can barely keep track of who's who and who's married to who.
It's one of those shows that will barrage you with a lot of characters, and you kind of figure it out by the end when things are resolving. I think the second act will help.
I hope so.
I think some stakes will elevate a bit. I have a rough idea of what's going on.
Well, it's better than I got.
But the idea that I have is like I don't see where the main conflict is right now.
Yeah.
Because everyone's just bickering in a very normal way.
It's
Everything's too functional. There's not enough like friction. Everything's still working.
It feels like realism, but taken a step too far, where you lose the plot and you're just sitting around at home talking, but you don't actually have anything interesting happening.
It's heady family drama right now. But
Yeah.
I think it's going to boil over in this next act with the Nigerians actually coming and the threat of death on the doorstep, and now all their political views are going to become way more important.
Given that in the last minute we have a messenger from the front line of the Civil War, basically, runs into the house bleeding and dying, and they're like, oh, he's dying, and they're gonna come kill us in 2 days. It's probably gonna get interesting, but anyway. Let's hope the second act gets better, because this is interesting so far. This is painful so far. Okay, that place sucked. I wouldn't go back. Three Sisters. Apparently based off of a Anton Chekhov play. I'm not sure which one. I admittedly am not well read on my Chekhov. This version of it takes place during the Civil War in Nigeria. And, yeah, it focused on a family, or, well, three sisters who live in a house, and other people who came to visit. There's sort of like, I guess really 4 acts to it. The first act was, we're having a birthday party. And, that's about it. Second act was, hey, there's a war that's been started, but they're not going to come attack us, we'll be fine. And then some infighting, and people got married in the gap between the acts, and they're not happy with each other. Familial unrest. Intermission, where that last recording was from. Scene 3, the war is here, everything sucks. Act 4. The war is over, we have surrendered, we've lost, but there wasn't really a winner. Maybe things don't suck. Oh wait, everything really sucks. So, yeah. There was no sense of hope to it. Like, if you're gonna give me a story where everything sucks, give me something to hold on to at the end. No. We caught a glimmer of things might be getting better for some of our characters. And then at the end, one of our, I guess, leading characters is killed in a fight, and then, yeah, they lose the house that they're in, they lose basically everything, and everything goes to pot. Not my favorite story, and it went on for forever. I didn't get it, but it is what it is. Anyway, it is technically day 13, because it is nearly 1 in the morning as I record this, and I am walking back to the hostel. Yeah. The plan was finish the show just after 10, go to a pub, school buys everyone a drink and some fries, and we hang out for an evening. Then everyone was hungry, so they decided at the last minute, we're gonna make it a Denny's run. And also the show went until closer to 11 instead of 10:20, so love that for us. So I'm tired. My battery for people is at 0 right now. Everyone has gone their own separate ways. I'm just trying to get back to the hostel and get to bed. Tomorrow's plan. I found a bundle deal that'll get me access to the CN Tower and an aquarium around here. So I'm going to sleep in a bit in the morning and then do that. But for now, I'm just getting home. My sincere condolences, by the way, to the Denny's crew who had to handle 14 rowdy Rose Buddies at like 12:30 in the morning. I am so sorry. Thank you for serving us. I'm so sorry. One last thing before I go, because I just saw someone walk by with a bag of them. Apparently in Ontario, Lay's, the chip company, makes a sweet chili heat flavor, which is really good if you want the taste of Doritos sweet chili heat with the texture of Lay's. It's worth getting. I want to see if I can find it in Alberta. Good night.